Hello guys, I'm really excited about today's run and about this video that I'm going to film. As you can see, they are fresh out of the box. It's going to be my very first run in the Cloudboom Echo 3. They are On's latest speed shoes and they've actually not been officially released yet. I should be able to get a proper feel for them today because I've got a session with different paces from my tempo pace all the way to my 5k race pace. So hopefully it will be a good session today, and once I'm back I'll give you my first impression and I'll give you a bit of a review. We'll look at the shoe in more details and hopefully this will help you decide whether or not you want to get them when they are being officially released in a few weeks. First impressions after wearing them for about 10 minutes, they're incredibly light. This is really promising. So my session today is 8 times 3 minutes and I've got to progress the pace. The first 4 reps, Ben gave me some very specific paces between 4:08 and 4:16 minutes per k. The next 2 between 4 and 4:08 and the last 2 between 3:50 and 4. First rep done. Oh, these shoes, they're amazing. I already feel really good in them, even though it's my very first run, and usually, you know, with some new shoes you might have a bit of an adaptation time, but these running feels so smooth in these shoes. It's quite incredible. Halfway, I've done the first 4 reps. Now I'm going to start increasing the pace. Guys, all I'm going to say for now is if you are considering getting yourself a new pair of speed shoes for races and sessions, just you wait until these become available in stores. Session done. The last 2 reps were a bit tough, but otherwise really enjoyed it. And wow, these shoes, by the way, just to clarify, these shoes were not gifted to me. I only managed to get a pair because they had limited stock available to purchase for those who were at the Night of the 10k PBs event last weekend. So Ben got a pair. I was a bit on the fence. I tried them, they felt really comfy. I cracked, I got a pair as well, so definitely not gifted, not sponsored. I always disclose whether or not a shoe that I review is gifted. In this case, these were not. I bought them at the Night of the 10k PBs. They were gifted to some big running influencers, but I'm such a small fish in this game that I did buy them. But I hope you guys know that whether or not it is gifted, every review that I post reflects my own opinions. Right, so let's talk about these shoes, the Cloudboom Echo 3. So we're going to start with an overview and some facts about these shoes. Then we'll move on to the characteristics that make this shoe quite special, to be honest. And then I'll tell you what I really like about them so far off the back of my very first session in these shoes. On's Cloudboom Echo 3 is a road running shoe designed for speed. It is presented as a racing shoe that you can use for your 10k race all the way to your marathon, and you can also do your speed work in these. Look at the product description on On's website, even though the shoe is not yet available to buy. So the website says that the shoe weighs 217 grams. I'm not too sure which size it is because I put these on the kitchen scale, and for my small UK4 size, this shoe weighs in at 172 grams. So it is light, but it is not the lightest you can find. To compare, the Asics Metaspeed Sky weighs in at 152 grams and the Alpha Fly at 162 grams. Which is interesting because just going by feel on my feet without knowing the weight, I would have said that the EcoBoom 3 was lighter than the Alpha Fly. Maybe it is how the weight is distributed that makes it feel lighter. I'm not quite sure. So this shoe has a 10mm heel to toe drop. It is quite a high drop. As a general rule, a drop that is higher than 7mm will be better suited for heel strikers. I'd say that this shoe is true to size. I'm usually a UK size 4 across the board. This is a UK 4. My Nike shoes, all of them are UK 4. If you wear Asics shoes, you might need to drop half a size because in my Asics, all of them are a UK 4.5. Price-wise, let's not beat around the bush, £260. It is an expensive shoe. I hope they will last me a long time and get me some PBs along the way. But to be honest, I did have a really good first impression this morning, so I think so far that it's a good investment. From what I gather, this shoe is completely different to the previous version of the Cloudboom Echo. If you tried the old version and were not convinced, don't let this put you off trying this new one because it seems to be a completely different shoe. Now let's talk about the characteristics that make this shoe On's fastest speed shoe to date. So first of all, we've got a new foam. On call it a super foam. It is made with Pebax. So Pebax is a material that you will find in many foams from a lot of brands, from Nike to Saucony, Hoka. Pebax based foam is known to be incredibly light and to offer great energy return, which is exactly what you want in a racing shoe. Next, this is a carbon plated shoe. There is a stiff carbon plate that runs all the way. It's a full length carbon plate and the shoe is really stiff. I cannot bend it at all. And the Attribution 3 also features Cloud Tech, which is On's secret sauce. It's their signature technology that allows for the landing to feel a little smoother, so it softens things up a little bit, but at the same time it doesn't make the takeoff any less explosive, so it will not slow you down. A few more things I'd like to mention. So we've got the upper made in this really lightweight and breathable microfiber material, and I've not tested this out yet, but apparently it is also designed to reduce water absorption, so hopefully it should help on rainy days. As for the outsole, it has been designed to provide good traction and stability in all conditions. That's something I'll have to test out. I'm planning on doing an updated review of these shoes after I've done 100 kilometers. And I'm sure by then I'll have done a couple sessions in the rain living in the UK, so I'll be able to let you know how stable they feel in the rain. And last but not least, this shoe has a rocker shape which has been optimized for speed, energy return, but also for comfort. I feel like it helps you roll forward, so it makes for a smoother transition between the landing and then the toe off. And that's something I really like in the On running shoes I have, is the rocker shape. And finally, let's talk about what I really like about these shoes so far. So as I said already, they're incredibly light on the feet, and this is what drew me to them in the first place. I wasn't really planning on buying them at the night of the 10K PBs, but when I tried them on, they felt so light and so comfy that I cracked and I bought them because I really wanted to give them a go. And then when I run in them, when I did my first session, I found that they were super responsive from the get-go. It's like they were propelling me forward, like there's a proper drive in these shoes. And I was also really impressed with how comfortable these are. A couple months ago when I got the Metaspeed Sky, I told you how comfy I found them, and I thought these were the comfiest speed shoes ever. Well, On have raised the bar by quite a few levels with these shoes because they are super comfy. You'd imagine that of course a lot of thought has gone into creating this shoe to make it the comfiest and fastest possible, and the comfort really is going to be a combination of all these elements. We've got the super foam, we've got the Cloud Tech that softens things up a little bit, we've got the rocker shape, and we also have this super lightweight, super breathable upper. The Cloudboom Echo 3 has clearly been designed with comfort in mind. It is definitely a shoe that you can wear for your longer distance races, from the 10K to the marathon. Now I've not tried the previous Cloudboom Echo, so I can't compare, but by the look of it, from what I gather and from what On have been saying, it feels like they really took their time with this one, taking on board the athletes' feedback and really fine-tuning all the details to make this the fastest and best possible shoe they could. In my opinion, it was well worth the wait, and personally, I'm glad I made the investment. These are amazing shoes so far. And I'll say again, if you are considering getting yourself a new pair of carbon plated shoes really soon, just wait a few more weeks until these are released. You will not be disappointed. Now it's unlikely to be a shoe that you buy on a whim because it's still £260, so hopefully this review was helpful to help you decide whether you'd like to give them a try when they launch. And as I said, I'll be posting an updated review once I've hit probably 100 kilometers, after doing more sessions, maybe a half marathon workout, who knows, after running in different conditions, trying them in the rain, and all of that. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you very soon. Bye!